to do a quick live and cover 3 things. The first is why this job as a veteran advocate is the most rewarding work I wish I didn't have to do. The second is how to get hospital records. And the third is, and I made a list because I knew I would forget. Oh, a conversation I had with someone at church that started with, hey, do I need your help? Okay, so first, over the weekend, I was walking into walking into soccer and talking with someone who knows the work that I do. And they said, oh, are you loving the job that you have? And, isn't it so rewarding? And I said, yes, it is absolutely rewarding work. And I love what I do. It's also one of those jobs that I wish I didn't have to do, right? So I wish, and I've said this in previous videos, like in a perfect world, I wouldn't need to do what I do, and the VA would get it right all the time. And that doesn't happen, unfortunately. And so it is a good thing that people like veteran advocates exist to help veterans with their claims. But it's one of those, it's just sometimes it's really hard because you think, man, I just wish I didn't have to do this. I wish the VA would get it right and we didn't have to step in. But in a similar way, like right now, today is October 2nd, I think, and a lot of the east coast of our country is dealing with the effects of Hurricane Helene. I live in South Louisiana, and so we are very familiar with hurricane damage. And oftentimes we have to hire lawyers to make the insurance companies do their job and compensate you for rebuilding after damage from a hurricane. So that would be an example, I would say, of I wish insurance companies would do their job, but that doesn't always happen. And sometimes you need to hire someone to step in and make the case for you. And so that's what I would say veteran advocates are for, and VA accredited lawyers are for, is to step in and help the veteran when you've been denied and you need someone to help you make that case so that you can get service connection or you can get the proper rating that you deserve. So that's number 1. Number 2 is hospital records. I learned a really interesting thing last week that I definitely want to make sure everyone else knows, and that is if you ever were hospitalized as part of active duty and you were hospitalized in a base hospital, or you received medical care and extended stay somewhere, it is likely that those medical records from that hospital stay are in a different place than your service treatment records. So all the regular vaccines that you got while you were in service, any hearing tests you got while you were in service, any going to sick call because you have a cold, that kind of thing, that's all in your service treatment records. And then if you had a major injury or a surgery or something, you went to a hospital, stayed overnight, and that ends up sometimes in a different place than your service treatment record. So if you are ever trying to get service connection for something and the VA says, we don't have any record of it, it is possible it's because it's in a hospital somewhere or in the National Archive in the hospital database, which is different than the regular database that they check when you request your records from National Archive. So I discovered this last week because I was helping a client find some records. I spoke to a really nice person at the National Archive. They were not able to find my client's service treatment records, and I said, well, it's really important that we get them because this person was hospitalized as part of XYZ thing, and we need that record. And then the National Archive guy said, oh, a hospital record? That's totally different. I need to look in this different database. And so I told him which base this person was hospitalized on and the rough date, we knew the year that he was there, and he was able to find it right away. So if you are looking for a record that National Archive or other databases have not been able to find, it is possible if it was a hospital record, they just need to look in a different place. So I hope that helps somebody else. It was certainly a huge win for us when we got that record, so yay. Okay, and the third is a conversation I had with someone after church on Sunday who came up to me and said, hey, are you, like, am I someone that you need to help, or do I need to get your help? And so I asked the person, first question, have you ever filed a claim with VA? And this person had not done a claim with VA. And so I said, well, the first thing you need to do is do a claim. And so I included, like, texted them later with a link for how to start an intent to file, which I can do, later on. I'll put a link in the notes of this video for the same for you if you need that help. Start an intent to file today and request your records from the National Archive. And then do that initial claim. Once you have an initial claim decision, if it is not favorable or if you find that you need additional help, then that's where someone like me comes in. And so I'd like to explain that, because a lot of times people, you don't understand or know, like, hey, do I need to just get your help from the very beginning, or do I need to start on my own or use a VSO? Like, there's a lot of different routes that you can take for help with your claim. And someone like a veteran advocate like myself usually comes in and helps after you've gotten a denial or after you've gotten a decision letter that you feel like was not as favorable. So that, I hope that clears some things up. And if you are one of those people that has gotten a decision letter, you are unhappy with it, you need some help, then I could be one of those people that would help you if you have resonated with these videos and you think that we would be a good fit to work together. You can go to thevocalveteran.com. There's a short application to fill out and then a link to my calendar, and we can get on and have a short conversation and see if it would be a good fit for us to work together. Okay, well, I hope this was helpful information. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next time. If you have any other questions or comments, put them in the comments and I will include them in the next video. All right, see y'all later.